We were actually banging on Steve's door after his first film. We were a big fan of what he's doing and what we thought he might be doing in the future. Having no idea would lead to this kind of project. I mean, this is a movie. This is a film I personally love. Putting everything this aside, today aside, I love this film. It's why I wanted to get into film. You could hear when Steve first started talking about it. You felt it when John Ridley finished the script. You felt it when the cast got together, and to be a part of that, it doesn't come along that often, and it's a real privilege to be a part of, and I thank Mr. McQueen for bringing us all together and to tell Solomon's story. It's been a great experience. And I also want to thank our actors. These are incredible performances, led by Chiwetel and Lupita and Michael, down to the extras in New Orleans and the city of New Orleans. The whole thing has just been a very unique and special experience. And I shouldn't be standing in front of Steve, because we're all here because of him.
Steve, film is such a collaborative adventure. Could you speak to the contributions of not only your cast, but your crew as well?
I mean, it starts with, hair and makeup, catering, camera department, sound department, electricians. Every single clog in the wheel was working, and without that, nothing gets done. They lay the foundation for the project, and it was just a wonderful group of filmmakers who were passionate about making this film, 12 Years a Slave.
Well, certainly there's the issue of slavery, and it is interesting that it took a Brit to ask the questions why more films haven't been made in America on our history. But ultimately, I find this incredibly moving, heroic story of a man trapped in completely inhumane circumstances, and the quest and the drive to maintain his dignity when everyone else around him is trying to crush it is incredibly moving to me. It's universal, and it's there's the love of the family, really, and that kept him going.
Steve, could you talk about putting your incredible cast of actors together in this ensemble?
I mean, it was a delight. It was a pleasure. I mean, me being a director, working with this talent, and finding things and experimenting and fumbling over things. When you've got a great, I would say, as an actor, when you've got a great musician and you improvise and you find stuff, and it becomes something else other than what you could ever expect it. It's just one of those wonderful moments. That's what film's about, magic.
First, I just want to say what a joy it was to have the opportunity to embody such an incredible woman. And yes, there was a lot of pain to Patsy, but there's also so much beauty. And the one thing that I've taken away as a lesson is just to be present. And I think it's the one thing that has gotten me through this crazy period of time.
44.
44.
No, not at all. It was, the cast starts defining itself as we talk about the story, and listen, the cold reality is this is difficult material to get made, to get money for, and the risk was me being a distraction in a film like this, and it just seemed to be able to fit the best and still help with you know, what we needed to do to put the film together. So, and we quite honestly worked it out that way, and Steve didn't mind.
Pino, what was the most difficult part about preparing for your role emotionally?
I think for me, this being my first film and working with actors and Steve, and that I had grown to really deeply respect and admire, for me, the first and hardest thing to get over was my self-doubt.
For breaking entertainment news and more, follow @HitFix on Twitter or visit hitfix.com.